All right. All right. Hey, the other MC. Good to see ya. I literally just turned this on. Let me get some other stuff set up. How you doing today? It's Friday. It is Friday. Oh, that's shaky. Okay, let me do this. Going live. Okay. Oh, what's up, Ian? Our mod, right on time. Zombie Painter. Jimmy the GBO2. I like the sound of that. Oh, it's raining like crazy over there? Huh. Yeah, it's supposed to have been raining today and it hasn't yet. Well, I guess it sprinkled a little bit, but it's like cold. It's in the 40s over here. So let's see. Let me check on a couple things real quick. Okay, all right. Now I'll talk with an English accent for the rest of this stream. It's just because I think it's fun to do. Oh, USS Talos, good afternoon to you. No, I'm going to stop with the accent. USS Talos, I loved your video on the S Gundam. And then maybe I didn't know you had a YouTube, because then I watched your other videos and they're just great. Great GBO2 player. Ian, we've had some snow as well the last few days too. Okay, Ian, you had snow in California. Is that weird? Is that weird for you? Seems like that would be weird. All right. So what I'm trying to do today, and now I'm having second thoughts as I get this started. Because I wanted to panel line this guy. This guy has already been high glossed, and I think this is with a Mr. Hobby. It came out pretty good. And that's with my capabilities versus, a pro. So I think that was pretty good. I mean, you can still kind of see some texturing in some areas where I didn't probably get the full gloss. But what I want to do is panel line. It's just now I'm realizing, wait a minute, there's some things that I need to color. But you know what? I might just do it anyway. So this I hand painted like when I built this kit. And I glossed over it. I'm going to try to clean some of it. But now that I've got the airbrush, I can make that look a lot better and match it. So we're going to attempt that. Actually, let me move the chat. I want the chat front and center so I can see it. And then, honestly, so I'm not using my lapel. I'm using this mic here. It's a little better quality, but I have to talk into it, and I'm going to actually just have some background music for myself, but I don't think it's going to be on the stream. Just the background music helps me. Do I need more light? USS Talos, thank you. Makes me happy to hear those videos I make for my own fun, honestly. Yeah, and they're great. If you don't mind, I might share them around even when I do my because I want to do more where I'm like rating the gameplay, but the way you do it, you kind of demonstrate things. So I'd like to demonstrate and talk around it. Yeah, Ian, you're saying it's a rarity, and I guess that makes sense because oh, you know what? I forgot to hit ultra low latency, but no big deal. Okay. Yeah, it's a, even in here, Texas, it's like a rarity, but like maybe one year we'll go without snow, and then one year we will, and it will be. It won't be a lot, but it'll be enough to play in for a little bit. And sometimes it's just ice. So what I've got right here, actually, it's like off camera everything I'm doing. I wonder if I can zoom out. Okay, so I have a cup of lighter fluid, a cup of the isopropyl alcohol. I'm gonna just try to do some cleaning up. I don't know if it will work. I mean, there's a couple things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be panel lining, but I also need to remove some excess paint. But then I forgot I had top coated it a while back. That's in there pretty snug. Where did it go? Hold on. Lost the Gunpla part. That's always fun. Okay, so yeah, this part just fell off. Although I think that's all that was. It seemed like multiple pieces went flying, but I guess I'll find out later. Let's see. Heavy Iron Productions, high grade UCGM Quell or HUCGM ground type. So this right here is the advanced Hazel. But yeah, I guess it's kind of based on the Quell. But yeah, I'm gonna get to this here in a second. And this was one that was like released in GBO2 like a couple months ago, I think. Zombie Painter, ice. We get ice all the time here in DFW. Zombie Painter DFW. Adam Blue DFW. I am in DFW. Where in DFW are you, Zombie Painter? Yeah, that's the thing. When we get winter weather, it's usually ice. It's not snow. Yours tell is also about snow and rain. I'm in a mountainous region in the Balkans, so it can be a lot. Oh, interesting. Ian, it's about the same here. It's not a whole lot. It tends to be here for a moment and gone in another moment. Yeah. NeoX. Hi, sorry that I'm late. I had to take a shower. No problem. I randomly just did this. So, glad that you are here. Zombie Painter in Carrollton. Well, buddy, I'm in Euless. That's pretty cool that you are local. So you got to let me know if there's any local things you do that's Gundam related. The Hazels are actually made from the GM Quell as a base, and that is very cool. I like the Quell a lot. I actually don't have the high-grade Quell, but I do have the Robot Spirits, and it came with the little, what was it? The little truck bed that you see in Stardust Memory. I think they're laying in. Actually, let me get it real quick. Okay, well, I just knocked down a whole bunch of Gundam, but here is the Robot Spirits GM Quell. It's like I don't need to build the Gunpla because this thing is like perfect with the decals. It is a great figure. I feel like something could have been done with that visor because it doesn't really pop or anything. And then the truck bed. Pretty cool. Okay. Barry BB, howdy. Zombie Painter, we have a Plano-based Gunpla group that meets every other Thursday. We met last night, going to start bi-weekly meetups at the Louisville Hobbytown next Sunday, too. Well, I might just do that. Jedi Sayla, hi, Adam, long time no see. Yeah, good to see you. I know I don't think you were on the last live stream, but yeah, good to see you here today. This was not even planned. It was completely random. NeoX Neo, hey Adam, guess what I'm getting? My most favorite Gundam in history, Gundam Asmodee, is coming tomorrow. Asmodee? I don't think I've heard of that. Let me look that up. Oh, you know what? Again, I haven't watched Iron Blooded Orphans, but I see this guy when I'm searching for Gunpla, and that thing looks good. I love the colors. That neon green just makes it pop. That's very cool. The other MC, you ain't been watching Erder then. Yeah, you know what? Because I haven't really watched all of Iron Blooded Orphans yet, and I need to do that. It's just because I was watching Seed. I'm not really liking Seed. We talked about that on the last live. I want to finish Seed, though, but maybe I should just skip to IBO. Zombie Painter, hell yeah, all are welcome. I should have my custom MG Zam printed by them. Wait, are you 3D printing a big Zam? That is pretty sick. I'll have to take some pictures of that. Yeah, I'll have to join up. I'll have to join up with you guys. I used to go to that hobby town in Louisville a lot, but the one near me is pretty good, so. Okay. I'm not liking the lighting here, but we'll make do. First thing, I'm going to test something out. I don't know if this will work, but I am going to try to clean off some of the paint on here. That doesn't zoom anymore. All of it? Maybe all of it, or maybe just some of it. Okay, what is with the lighting? Let me change something here real quick. All right. And that is super bright, but that might help a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I think lighting kind of helps in general. Yeah, see, so this is when I was like hand painting. I was like, oh, I'll clean up whatever I mess up. But what I'm going to do is I've got the isopropyl alcohol here. I'm going to dampen it up just enough. But the thing is, like, I applied a gloss coat over this, so, I might have to do some more heavy-duty work. Oh, no, that's doing it. Okay. Well, that worked way better than expected. Interesting, because I'm wondering how much of maybe the gloss coat I'm also removing. I mean, I would figure it'd have to be. Okay. All right, that was way better than I thought. It is in a game in Gundam IBO game. Now, is that the mobile game I heard of that was, supposed to be like a story continuation? I don't know. Barry BB, I have to stop buying Gunpla and build more. Exactly. That's literally what my life has been like the past couple weeks, because I'm like looking at all the other Pale Riders to build first. It's like I have the Pale Rider D2 and the Totus Shredder, and I want to build them, but I'm like, well, I should build them in order of production. No, I don't need to. I should just build what I have and then move on. 36 inches tall at the fins. I'll have to see that. My friend and I took a I-500 ZAM kit from the 80s, fully scanned it piece by piece. Wow. That's becoming a real... That's actually pretty awesome. Santo Bell, a regular here at Gundam Explained is actually made a custom 3D printed custom G Savior, and he may be potentially sending it over to me. It's just he's on the other side of the planet, so the logistics of that have to work out well. But yeah, that would be awesome. You guys see that Robot Spirits Shima Gelgoog and the hangar deck thing? Man, I want that, but like I gotta limit. I already have so many things pre-ordered. Dang, it's like I asked my son to paint this. I think I was just going rough on it because I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna clean it up. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna try the lighter fluid to see if it happens. I've never used the lighter fluid on paint, just panel lines, but that actually is working too. In fact, the lighter fluid is better than the isopropyl alcohol, but I don't know if there's any other damage that may occur from doing that, but I haven't encountered any. That's working pretty good. All right, you know what? I might have to get to this later. It's going to require some concentration. Next up is a MG Scale Psycho Gundam for my love of Best Girl 4. Damn, an MG scale, because I have the high grade up on my shelf here. I was just looking at it earlier, like I need to panel line that and, you know, do all the stuff. But a master grade, that is pretty sick. Barry BB, I know some G Savior fans, no cap. I don't know what no cap means, but I'm a G Savior fan. I will admit that. And I even came into Gundam late. But I think it's a perfectly acceptable movie. Avoid getting it into seams and it should be fine when dry. Totally. Okay, so now I always use the there we go, panel line accent color all the time. Used to use the Gundam markers, but this seems to work well. I love the cleanup process. Neon Wave crashes into daycare. Just arrived. What did I miss? Not sure where all these dead kids came from. Yikes. No dead kids here yet. But no, I didn't really miss much. I really just went live to I don't know. I was going to work on this. Might as well just show everybody. And I think I'm all in on, unless it's a totally white piece of plastic, I'm all in on the black. Much came out there. Wow, is that my attempt to paint? That's hilarious. Maybe I should have got that before the panel lining. That's all right. Yeah, I've learned with the master grade Hazel that, like, I will panel line, paint, go back, fix some panel lining, go back, fix some painting. I used to be scared, and I was like, no, I have to have everything painted first before panel lining, but I'm with how cold it is outside and stuff, I just don't feel like going to the garage to airbrush. You know what? And I don't have anything in my garage hooked up to live stream. If I was to airbrush, I'd need to do that. Actually, I need to look at this again for something. So that's gonna be difficult to do, actually. Look on the back there, the little gray circles. Wow. It's like I'd have to be able to get the circles and not the plastic around it or within it. That'll be something. I would have to just repaint the entire thing or get a paint color that matches this Titan's blue, which what is really awesome is at Hobbytown. Oh, is there a broken piece? Interesting. That might have been what flew off. Anyway, at Hobby Lobby, they have colors that are like Titan's Blue 2, because it's like a more of a purple. That's pretty cool. So I might do that, actually. I might just paint it all gray of the circles and then just fix it with the blue. Jedi Sailor, I haven't been able to make the live streams. Work has been ramping up, and I can't participate during the new stream time as much as I used to. Yeah, work has been ramping up for me, too. I think for a lot of people. Because it's like, at my job, I'm training people, but I'm also getting trained on new stuff at the same time, and it's, oh my God. Let's see. Barry BB, I've been watching a few people speedrun the PS2 G-Savior game recently. You know what? I pretty much speed ran that game when I did the review, because I was playing it and then I realized you can really just speed through it. Not that that's the best option, but it's an arcade game, so I could try to get the highest score by getting everything as I go through the level, or I could just go through it really fast. That's a fun game, though. Good music. Rinko Iori is best girl woman. Well, I'm into that subject, but I don't know who Rinko is. I know you guys have been talking about IBO, so maybe it's that. Let's see. The best girl of Gundam is Sayla Mass. I'm biased, of course. Yeah, Sayla's awesome. Love that character. Just wish there was more, like in Double Zeta. Even though or I should say in Zeta, because Double Zeta was pretty cool, what she did there. Ian Hansen, yeah, I hear you say it's been hit or miss for me as well. Crisis is training, supervising, and whatnot. Yeah, Ian, you've been going through quite a bit. Completely different new place, and then all this, new training. Neo X, I can't change your mind because I'm with you on this. Oh, getting along. Neon Wave, currently building the Mars 4 Gundam, but can't decide which core Gundam to go with. Should I go with core real type colors or core 2 Titans colors? I would say real type, unless you're trying to make an enemy unit, then Titans colors. Barry B, paint them gray, then hit some black liner around it. Okay, yeah, I might do that. Neox, no, I don't like Salem Mass. I respect her, but don't like her. Interesting take. You used to tell us my wife just came home with MG, Death Scythe Hell EW and Epion EW. Dang. Which one are you going to work on first, or is your wife working on it? Okay, Rinko Iori is the mother of the protagonist from Build Fighters. Oh, a MILF. Okay, I see. She has the same voice actress as Miru from Seed and has her own Gunpla, nicknamed fans as Mothership. Huh. Interesting. I gotta say, I am into the waifus. Even today when I was in a meeting, and I actually posted this in the fan art on the Discord, I kind of drew a little anime character just to see. I had the urge. I used to draw all the time. I guess it's not like I stopped, but I guess in my 30s I haven't drawn as much, but I mean, I used to draw all the time. I love drawing. I could see myself getting into it again. It's kind of off camera. I don't know if that's fun. Oh, shit. Let me get that. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot more on here that I have to paint than I thought. All right. Let's see. Oh, the captain of the Archangel. Archangel. I don't think I've ever decided on one way to pronounce it. Wife just said Death Scythe, obviously. Ha, that's cool. You know, it's funny. The Death Scythe, it's like, I don't care about those types of Gundam designs, but the gimmicky nature of Wing makes it unique. After that discussion the other day on the podcast about, like, Seed versus Wing, it just made me think about Wing in a good light. You know, it's just, it's got its charm. It's crazy. Could watch it again, but I really need to watch stuff I haven't, like IBO, and finish Seed so I can get to Destiny to see what Destiny is all about. Oh yeah, let me make sure this is on camera. You know what I saw? Wait, that's weird. I guess I painted something before, but I'm going to change the color later. And I don't know, and Barry, I'm going to ask you, since you happen to know this stuff, but, like, there are some certain things, like, I guess this is a good example. If I can get this to show up. So, like, the, man, why does it seem so dark? I have, like, this light right here. And right here. So, like, the circles on the shield booster, and I think it's this one, it's like it's red, but has the black around it, so I'm wondering... I almost feel like I need to panel line it first and then put the red. On my Hazel Master Grade, I colored it red, or painted it red first, got it down good, then I put the panel lining in there, but then I had to fix the mistakes, and it was cleaning up the red, so I might panel line first, clean it up, make it look good, and then just be very careful with the paint application and not mess it up. I don't know. We'll see. Neo X, Rinko, she looked good even though she's 32. Wow, that really aged me. 32 is okay. She looks fine, and she is a good mom, and knows Gunpla even better. Yeah, being a mom is important. Being a good mom. Neon Wave, you says, tell us, can you clone your wife? I want one who brings me home Gunpla. And then, actually, Rinko knows nothing about Gunpla. She's just very supportive of her husband and son's hobby. Also, she's young for a mom. Remember, her son is 13, 14. That's true. That is young for a mom. Neon Wave, you always have the little details. Ian Hansen, I think you'll like Destiny a lot more, especially after the time skip and the characters being aged up a tad. Yeah, all that sounds good to me, to be honest. That's more in my lane. Although I don't mind the youngness, it's just in Seed. I think it's just more of the way the characters are written. Because, you know, Uso is 13, and I love Victory. There are a lot of little, what do I call them? Divots? Bits? And bops? I don't know, I'm making up stuff, but there's a lot of little... Wow. Some of my old paint work is just like... Ugh. But one thing, I guess the panel lining, because this is a darker unit, it's not that noticeable. But as long as I get it all filled in, I think that kind of helps overall with the look once it's done. Actually, I should take this off. USS Talos' wife currently has a giant backlog on her own. I will be helping with them, especially the Verka, New, and Sazabi. Yeah. Meanwhile, she only wants me to help with some of the building. I have the PG Unicorn. Wow, man, you've got some good ones. I think the coolest Gunpla I have, and that's really up to debate, is my MG Hazel. Or Totus Ritter. Or Pale Rider D2, Titan's version. Actually, I love the advanced of Zeta stuff, but having a perfect grade, I need a perfect grade. I haven't even got one yet. Barry B. Either way, first will work, but black underneath tends to kind of appreciate it to almost black. Ah, good call on that. I guess, if it's going to be a lot of black underneath, if I'm panel lining, I just get, yeah, I see what you're saying. Just make sure there's not too much black underneath. Hey, Lucas Garrett, good to see you. Good to see you. Jedi Sailor could go for a husband who brings home Gunpla. Have to do everything myself. Well, you're in luck, Jedi Sailor, because I think your chances of finding a husband that brings home Gunpla is probably higher than the chances of a guy finding a wife that brings home Gunpla. I think so. Jesse is saying, USS Talos and his wife are husband-wife goals. You know, I mean, my wife really isn't into that stuff, but she's cool with it. She's watched all of 0079 with me, supports me while I do all this stuff, will go with me to the hobby stores. We were at Hobbytown the other day, and I wasn't there to pick up Gunpla. I really wanted to see what paints they had, and there would be some cool Gunpla, and she was like, get that. I was like, no, that's expensive. She's like, yeah, get it. I was like, you're tempting me. Yeah, at least she doesn't complain about that. I'm very lucky about that. You know, okay, so that's interesting. Again, kind of hard to see, but so, you know, a lot of Gunpla Gundams, I tell you, this light is horrible. For you guys, like, I'm seeing the stream, but it looks fine for me. You know, normally there's that green little thing there, and this one, it didn't have it for that, but it's so small. I did save the sticker sheet that has like the green, you know, when you get the sticker sheets and they have like the green sensors on them. I've done this before where you can like cut out the shape you want, and I might need to do that to put that here. Okay, let me do something else here. Unless like this camera, because it's a DSLR, is like compensating for the amount of light coming in. I literally have this lamp right here. Like, it just, oh my god, I should put that in my face. Yeah, maybe that was too much light. I got an idea. I'm gonna point it up. Okay, that's a lot better. Yeah, so that little spot right there, normally there would be some green there, so I might get the sticker sheet, cut the little spot, put it there. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to shake this up again. Zombie Painter girlfriend teases me for my collecting. I just point to her precious moments and shake my head. Oh, that's cool. It's fun to tease. Should I say this thing? I have a coworker who builds Gunpla with her husband. He builds the Gunpla while she builds the Haropla kits. Yeah, that's a good point. My wife has built Haro, and in fact, when we were at Hobbytown, she was looking for Haro, and they didn't have any. Missed opportunity for Bandai. And I'm saying Bandai because we've been to multiple Hobbytowns in the DFW era, which Zombie Painter may be familiar with. I typically go to the one in Hearst, and then there's one in Arlington, which seems like it's a little bigger, but the Hearst one's perfectly fine. But none of them had any Haro. Although the first Haro I got was from Hobbytown, back before the great Gunpla drought of 2020. I forget when it was exactly, but... Let's see. Oop. That's kind of what I wanted to do, but not really. All right. Looks good. Yost is telling us, yeah, that's a camera sensor. Don't know why the Advanced Hazel doesn't have it. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't put the sticker in there. Neon Wave, normally I tell people who are looking for love to find someone with similar interests. Well, it isn't necessary to some degree. At least both partners must respect each other's hobbies. Yeah, good point. Sometimes I wonder, what do my wife and I have in common? But we're always around each other. We're always talking to each other. We're always doing something. Lately we've been playing Mario Kart. Although Mario Kart 8 has been getting super competitive because, like, if someone's able to get first place in every match, you get, like, 3 stars. And when we'll play, it'll be like, okay, I got first place, so let me get first place. So the rest of the time, it's like, well, no, let's just play for fun. And then that causes, in our youngest will play 2, and then that just causes some, like, so... My wife is hearing this conversation. This thing, you know what? I think I prefer painting master grades. It's just there's not that many master grades of all the different suits I want. It's just after doing the MG Hazel and doing something similar, but at the HG scale, it's like a lot more work. Is it the color of the kit, perhaps? Barry BB, I fill the sub cameras with a marker and clean the touch spot up. Yeah, that's probably a better way to go about it. Also need to shake that liner until you can see through the bottom. Yeah, I'm always shaking it every few minutes. Say, Adam, I found the old Devil Gundam at Gundam Kingdom. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the Devil Gundam. That thing is pretty cool. Although it's not like I try, but I mostly get exclusively UC stuff. But every once in a while I'll get something else. Zombie Painter, the Plano one just got some kind of Harpla Walker kit. Oh yeah, the Walker. That's a pretty cool one. Neon and Wave. Whenever someone tells me that Gunpla is a waste of money, I remind them that I can afford it. Shuts them up every time, like a boss. I mean, really, people should be spending money on their hobbies anyway. I mean, money's just this fake thing that just ruins our lives. Might as well use it to our benefit. Eustace Talos, wife and I are currently looking into grabbing the Phosphor Cod. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. But that EXS 1100 looks good too. Yeah, I haven't even looked at that. That MG of those two kits are like top tier. Those are, I think, Katoki at his height, like in terms of his personal making some badass Gundam designs. Friend code when? Oh, Switch? Good idea. Let's post, if we haven't yet, or that might have been Steam, yeah. Let's post them in the video game chat. That's a good idea. You know what I forgot? Been working on this margarita. Still some left. Ordered some DoorDash from Gloria's, and they had a margarita. I was like, that's a good way to end a Friday. Does that mean I'm drunk streaming? Who knows what's going to happen? Oh, messed that up. Neon Wave. Probably you and your wife have similar core values, similar lifestyle and life goals. Adam, those are the key elements to forming a relationship. That's a good point because, like, we are very similar for, like, the standard things of, like, how to react to something, how the importance of certain things in our lives, like career, kids, etc. It is interesting how much we are on the same page because, in reality, she's actually from Brazil and moved here like when she was going to high school, middle school to high school. So really her childhood was in Brazil and then pretty much was raised here. But I think because she came here so early, like sometimes you can't even hear that she has an accent. And I didn't hear it when I first talked to her. So, but yeah, that's weird. You know what our similarities were before? Going to clubs and drinking. Yeah, going to clubs and drinking, that was like our thing. And then as we got kids, we're like, we'll just stay home. So, let's see. U.S. Talos, wife said, "You are correct, Adam, except for the death scythe, because he is a short king, because even the MG is small by comparison." Oh, interesting. Because of, the size of those mobile suits in general. NeoX, if you can then get it. It is your money, so get it if you love Gundam or Transforms or anything else, then get it. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Allow your money to make you happy. That's another good thing about my wife is she has taught me how to be better with my money. NeoX, if you can get, then, oh, sorry. Hell yeah, a good day or bad day and a Friday you can relax. Yes. Oh, man, because, with having kids that go to school, it's not only getting up to go to work, but also getting up to get them to school and then getting to work. Because, usually work starts at about 8 a.m. So really, if I didn't have to take kids to school, I'd just be sleeping in. But we got to take them to school and all that. Ian Hansen, I too would like to have an adult beverage however while my grandparents live with me. I have to abstain or I am told I am an alcoholic. Oh, wow. Really? So you can't partake? I guess, it's funny because, like, I don't know. When it comes to using substances for recreational use, so many people can do it and be fine. But there's so many people that can't. And so it's very easy to, I don't know. It's just weird because I think it was Will Wheaton, the guy from Star Trek Next Generation. I was watching this or listening to this interview with him recently, and he says he hasn't had a drink in 6 years. And that's kind of cool. It's like, it's not that, I mean, if you can handle it, why not? But there is something to be able to not need that stuff. I don't know. And then there's some people that they have their daily afternoon wine or something. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Neon Wave is saying a Death Scythe is 16 meters tall, if I remember correctly. So, yes, short king, just like the other wingsuits. Average Gundam height is 18 meters. Because, so I guess, once the 90s hit, in-universe, they started making the mobile suits smaller, but that was really just to make the kit smaller, I guess, to save money. That could be it. Zombie Painter, money doesn't buy happiness. Well, then you've never built an MG Origin, Granddaddy? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Actually, yeah, my first master grade was the Origin Granddaddy. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot I had some tunes going on while I was doing this. I'm gonna have it turned down just a little bit so it doesn't get picked up. But if you guys are hearing the tunes, tell me and I'll. Eustace Talon, so I'm aware. It's funny when you compare the Death Scythe to the new Sazabi and even the Kasai at 144. Yeah, like in my display, Penelope, Kasai are sitting there. Robot Spirits, so they're kind of the 144th scale. But right below it, I have the metal build Crossbone and F91, and it's smaller, yet technically they're supposed to be bigger. Because even the metal build are supposed to be bigger than the master grade scale, I believe. Not too sure. Should I say that I found a bottle of sake at the grocery store? Not the real thing, but it's close. I had some earlier this evening and still buzzed. Sake's good. That in the Korean soju. Soju's dangerous. I was at this get-together one time. It was my first time having soju, and it didn't even taste like I was drinking alcohol, and I just had a whole bunch, and then I got sick. And I remember being sick in the bathroom. Remember a good guy drove me home. Wait a minute. Or did... Because I remember the next morning him driving me home. So did I sleep at his house and forget? Or did he sleep at my house? Oh, man, I don't know. That was back, before I got married and everything. Neon Wave, I haven't had a drink in 2 weeks. Time for me to change that. Yep. Yeah, it's good to take little breaks. Uses Talos. The side Gundam is 26 meters at head height, so it makes sense. Man, yeah, that thing is huge. I love that, though. I love the idea that, like, Gundams just ended up going insane with their sizes and everything. And thanks to the community, I think it might have been Enthusiast that brought it up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like the designs, for some reason I think it's Enthusiast or Neon Wave, the designs of the Kasai and Penelope Gundam came from the guy that did Zeo Rhymer. So I went to go watch Zeo Rhymer, and I loved that. Yeah, that was really good. Yes, money can buy you happiness. Go to a strip club or go to a bar or a carnival and go do cart or the movies and more. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it can. It can buy you happiness. And I think that little idiom just came from, I guess, long term. I mean, if that's all you're looking to get, it's what you buy with the money that gives you happiness. I don't think, the Neon Wave, I don't think making suits smaller had to do with toys. Oh, scales were rarely accurate back then, and you see it was the show. It was to show the progression of technology in AUs. It was just what the creators thought was okay. Oh, interesting. Did not know that. And this could be people making stuff up on the internet, which was huge when I first got into Gundam and I'd research it online. But I was reading that it was done on purpose to make the Gunpla cheaper for them to produce. So glad to know that that's actually not true. Oh, that was too much. Oh, no, that's okay. Anyway, anyone working on any Gunpla right now? And like, at what level are you at? Like, are you just building? Is anyone working on any painting? USS Talos and UC technology was miniaturized, allowing for MS to be smaller, harder to hit, faster, and everything along the line, according to lore. Thus, the F91 and the MEPE system. So what's the MEPE system? I don't think I've heard of that. Oh, that is part of F91. I just have not heard of MEPE. Well, here's another lore video. Metal peel-off effect. Huh. Okay, well, I'm going to save this in my research folder. Interesting. Yeah, there's really a lot more to the F91. And you know what? I really want to get more into that because we're so used to Anaheim Electronics and like a lot of their designs coming from Zionic folding into them. But yeah, the manufacturer was SNRI, Strategic Naval Research Institute. Is a military research organization established by the Earth Federation Forces in UC 0093, which incorporates a number of formerly separate research institutes and intelligence agencies. SNRI specializes in strategy, tactics, weapons development, and goes on to propose the creation of a new line of highly compact mobile suits. Okay, so in UC 0111, so 111, the Federation Forces decides to adopt SNRI's formula series. So this is where things get confusing. SNRI is a military research organization established by Earth Federation in 93, yet the Earth Federation decides to adopt SNRI's formula series. Okay, then that could be it. They just established some military research organization, and it wasn't until 111 that they decided to adopt their way of making a mobile suit, specifically the formula series. Okay. So, however, due to Anaheim's manufacturing expertise, the company's services are retained to put SNRI's designs into mass production. So, Anaheim Electronics was still helping mass produce SNRI's designs. Now, I didn't really look at it that deep before, but that's pretty cool to know. Oh, and the SNRI developed the Lotto. So that's that transformable tank mobile suit. That's pretty cool. Wait a minute. The newly founded... Okay, because isn't that in Unicorn? So does that mean it was one of their... Okay, so it's UC 94. They... In 93... Oh, wow. So, guys, there's going to be a video on this because SNRI was originally STRI, an advisory agency for the Earth Federation forces. It was just in 93 they were reorganized into the Strategic Naval Research Institute and developed the LOTO, or LOTO. Huh. Okay. So interesting. That's going to be a good video. I'm going to work on that later. Let's see. Enthusiast. They went smaller. Enthusiast, is that the first time you've shown up in here? It's like I said your name and you showed up. That's funny. They went smaller because to make it cheaper. The crash of the Japanese economy caused them to scale back Gundam designs. Okay. So it could be that. Yeah, Neon Wave, I could be wrong and everything was just coincidence. I may be walking... Maybe a walking encyclopedia for Gundam, but even encyclopedias need updated version every once in a while. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of information out there that you never really know. You just hear it through people. You don't really know. Oh, Karai Mepozala. I'm building and painting a Jagan. That's a good one. Ian, I'm still waiting on my Psycho Gundam. Oh, that's cool. And then Jedi Sailor's in the middle building the Death Scythe. Finally. Had to take a break due to work being... Oh, yeah, I get it. Ian built the aerial recently. Turned out really good to me. Yeah, that was cool. I saw that. And that's been making me want to, even though I have the Robot Spirits version, I kind of want to build the aerial. Zombie Painter working on a bunch of Forge World. Oh, Warhammer resin kits for a commission build. Hate resin kits cleaning. Ah, yeah. That's a very cool one. And I don't know Zombie Painter. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Like, Midnight Hatter does a lot of stuff that's with resin and 3D printing. I feel like you would enjoy his channel. USS Talos, the Formula series began as pretty much a version of Strike, making the F-89 and F-90 be able to switch out equipment, utilizing the same idea behind the GMs in a Gundam. The only thing I think is weird about the naming conventions of the F-90 and this F-89 is normally... a lot of the numbers have to do with year, but that's not the case with the Fs. It's the year they were released, the shows, but what about, yeah, I wonder if it kind of shows what that number means, development number. Oh, okay, what's interesting about the F-80, or what am I looking at? F-89, but then it's showing me a picture of the F-90FF. Just got to do more research, but the V-fin is very Kasai reminiscent, which I love it. I love it when during those certain time periods you're seeing the similar things being used. Not that it could be just coincidence, but the Gundam F-89 was an experimental mobile suit built by SNRI to collect data and test equipment for their Formula Project line of miniaturized mobile suits, particularly for the F-90, Gundam F-90. Weird how the names are like that. F-90, Gundam F-90. F-89, Gundam F-89. That's a little weird. Let's see. Enthusiast, everyone should get the MGX Strike Freedom, best MG kit ever. Yeah, again, I usually only get UC stuff, but seeing that, the gold underneath, Enthusiast, I saw your pictures, but did you happen to, or do you see a need to make the gold match that's underneath? Because from what I've seen from videos, like the gold is a different gold depending on the piece. I don't know if that even really matters, really. Hey, Brian Zanichelli, good to see you. Barry B, I have a HD Gundam X divider on the desk. That's very cool. Oh, even Jedi says it's not a seed fin, but I could put that aside and try that kit. Yeah. Yeah, that strike looks sick. The F-90FF is for the manga. Okay. Jedi say, listen, now that gold framing looks beautiful. Yeah, that's the thing about that Freedom. Enthusiast, not a Seed fan either. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed Seed for what it was and disliked Seed Destiny a lot, but that kid is worth it. Okay, so that's neat because someone's saying the reverse, that they like Seed but dislike Destiny. Wow, I am now way more excited to watch Seed and Seed Destiny to see what it's all about. Yeah, again, I'm on like episode 24, 25 of Seed, so Zombie Painter, working my way through the UC timeline. When I first heard about the F90 suit, my dumbass thought it was a racing machine a la Formula One, and the fact that it is fast as all get out. Yeah, well, I think that's kind of the idea behind it. That's kind of its gimmick in terms of its the design philosophy that it came from, was kind of that formula. Because they even used the term like formula as the name of the project. So I think it's related, definitely. And that even reminds me, even like Judas Priest came out with an album in the later 80s called Turbo. You know, that was kind of around the fast cars. I think in the 80s, especially late 80s, the fast cars were very popular. Yeah, Jedi says saying I have the Strike Freedom high grade kit. It's a gorgeous build, even though I'm not a fan of the show. I got it because it looks good on my display shelf at work. Yeah, I mean it is good. That's the thing about Seed is it's real. The mobile suits look cool, even if they're a little like basic. It's almost like at least like the grounded mech military design. Yeah, at least it's got that. Enthusiast. It comes with 3 shades of gold. I had to spray one of those golds with Tamiya gold. It was this ugly mustard gold, so it had to go. Okay, good. I'm glad I heard that from you because that was my thought. When I get it, I will probably try to match, one of the golds because I think it was like Mecha Guy Gotsu. Is that right? And then someone else's video I watched where they were complaining about the gold, so that's good. That's good. Jedi Sailor, I'm a sucker for Gundams with obnoxious mechanical wings. Yeah, I love wings too, especially when they're done just right. Sometimes they can be too much, but sometimes they work good. Kurai is saying, not a Seed fan, but the Astray has a katana. Yeah, then that's all you need to know. A Gundam with a katana. Wave, I have too much to say about how bad Destiny is, but I ain't going to spoil it for you. Better for you to see it yourself in the vein. Hope you threw something at the screen. Yeah, we'll see. NeoX, hey, Adam, do you know about the fan Gundam, that one being the Arc Destiny Gundam? No, I don't know about that. NeoWave has seen Seed is okay. So, okay is okay. And in fact, I've even found out that, especially with anime over live action stuff, that over time I will have some nostalgia even within a period of a year. Like, I'll sometimes think about, I first started JoJo's Bizarre Adventure last summer, I think it was. And I'm still working through it. I'm at Stardust Crusaders, I think that's what it's called. And it's just boring. But that first 2 parts of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was amazing. I think about it all the time. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to plan to rewatch that again. Just the stuff I'm watching right now. Like the episode I was watching yesterday. What was going on? It was right after there was like that little kid that looks like Ponareff. I think I'm saying his name wrong. It's been a while. It's like the little kid version of him or something. Yeah, and then Wing, I'm already feeling like, Wing has its moments, like in terms of it just being background noise, because I think inherently, because it's hand drawn, there's this sort of like, it's more of you're taking in art. Not that people acting live action isn't art, but I think there's something to it, the animation that just, there's more of a fondness for it over time, because it's so interesting when you take like the drawings that these artists are doing. Interesting. There's some panel lines here that are very shallow. I'm not even doing it on screen. It's hard to see though, and I think because I had the gloss coat in there, It's just shallow enough where the gloss coat almost filled it in. But that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Should I say that one of Judas Priest's recent albums, Firepower, has album art that I thought looks like the artist pulled inspiration from my Gunpla kit. It's from 2018, so probably IBO inspired. But, you know, Jedi Sailor, you should check out all of their earlier Judas Priest earlier album art, because I'm a huge Judas Priest fan. Firepower is a great album. But, like, they've had that look for a while, and that's something that's always resonated with me. There's something to do with metal and Gundam, especially like Judas Priest's style. They have stuff with robots on their covers. Even for your Zoid fans out there, they have, I think was it Defenders of Metal? I forget the album, but it has like a metal lion, tiger on the front. Yeah, check out those other album covers. They're pretty good. Follow-up, I only give Seed my attention because the leading lady has a Haro, and the main two male leads are voiced by Ed and Double D from Ed, Edd n Eddy. So, Ed, Edd n Eddy, I think that was after my time, but that girl, she's the one that's like that's weird, because isn't she like an idol voice, a singer? A singer, which is interesting, because I read that the designer of the Seed mobile suits worked on Macross. And Macross, you know, the first series, revolves around, you know, one of the main characters is a singer. Which I got to say, I love that plot of Macross more than I like the plot with and I forget the name of the bad guy aliens, where they're just giant humans. It's a little weird. Macross is another one that I know that in the future I am going to reminisce and have nostalgia for. Okay, yeah, you're confirming. Lacus Klein is a singer. Okay, yeah. Now, so one thing, and I could be wrong about this because I haven't finished it, it seems like, though, with that character, and I'm kind of glad they did this, they didn't, like, fetishize her as, like, an idol extreme. Like, they don't have her wear skimpy clothing. They just make her a singer, which I think is good, because sometimes I'll watch these random animes and they'll immediately make the female, well, I guess it doesn't matter, but, you know, as a guy, I like that stuff, but sometimes I want to be able to just, like Minmay in Macron. Okay, so this is a good example. I think I'm understanding myself better. Minmay, they don't make her like a sex-appealing anime waifu. They just make her a really cool character. And so I think that's something that sometimes other anime will do this. Actually, Gundam doesn't do it too often, which is pretty good now that I'm thinking about it. Because sometimes there's what's that? Miss Sugurami? Sumo. I probably butchered it. Sugurami. the lady in Double O, and it's called Double O. It's called Double O. That's got to mean something. Let's see. I think there's some other stuff I might have missed. Oh, Barry B. Everyone is playing Like a Dragon Ishin, and it just makes me think of Gintama. So yeah, I've been seeing, or Gintama, I don't know, but yeah, I've been seeing that Like a Dragon. I follow video games a lot. I haven't played which I don't know if it's really supposed to be related, but the Yakuza series. I played Shenmue, enjoyed Shenmue. Played Judgment, didn't finish it. I think I'm past that type of gameplay, but Ishin seems to be more action or quirky, mechanic heavy. But I could be wrong there too. I don't know. Neon Wave, the JoJo character you're thinking of is Koichi. He's not related to Ponaref. Okay, he's not related, just a small version of him, it seems like. Ian Hansen, gonna go and get some food. Hope you're still on when I get back. If not, have a good night. Oh yeah, have a good night to you too. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll be on. I'm kind of enjoying just the talking here. Randall Morrison, good to see you. I ended up watching it last year when I needed a dubbed anime to put on during Gunpla building and made it through the whole series. See Destiny, though, irked me and just watched the movies instead to save me time in Nerd Rage. Wow, I am loving this these extremes of Destiny is the best, Destiny is the worst. I cannot wait to get to it now. Barry B. Incubus had a shirt with a GM on it back in 2000. Okay, I'm going to look this up. Did that not work? Let's see. Okay, nothing comes up right away, just some weird stuff. You know how it is when you search on the internet. I'll try that later. U.S. Style, speaking of metal and Gundam, I have been following the newer Blue Destiny manga, and the redesigns for the BD units are illegally good. I love them. I hope they get added to GBO. Okay, U.S. Style, let me know where I can view this newer Blue Destiny manga. Yeah, feel free to post it in the Discord or just message me. It'd be interesting to see that. Sumeragi Noriega. Wow. I was way off. Just say, okay, it's why I riff on it being a ripoff of Macross because the leading lady is also a singer. Yeah, and the mobile suits were designed by designers of Macross. So that's pretty interesting how that's all there. Let's see. Reynold Morrison, speaking of metal rock and roll music, Andrew WK made a Gundam tribute album. Yeah, it's very cool. And I've never really followed Andrew WK, but it's pretty cool to see someone that can break through, get mainstream, and then bring in their hobbies. Just at least the singer made the alien's head explode with her singing a la Mars Attacks. Oh, yeah, that's Mars Attacks. That's a good one. That's a good one. Neon Wave. Every Macross series has a singer. Oh, okay, and revolves around singing. Macross is about the clashes of cultures, which made it separate from the other Mecha War anime of the time. Very good point, because really when I'm watching Macross, I'm on episode 20-something. Which, yeah, there's 30-something episodes, so I'm glad I'm near the end in terms of finally getting through another series. But even with the main, is it Zentradi? Oh, wait, someone did post that, didn't they? Yeah, Zentradi, Zombie Painter, thank you. Zentradi, it's like a lot of their conflict is about what they see in the proto-culture, which I love that term. That's a great idea. Or in the humans, they're like, wow, they work with the females. Wow. And I like how then they are interested in that culture. So that's a very good point, that's really what the main series is about. And the Clash of Cultures very easily, Minmay as a singer, and then whatever his name is, I forget his name, is a pilot. And because he has to pilot and go out, he can't be with her other. It's very interesting. There's really, not that means there's more to it, but it's grounded in a very concrete structure of storytelling. If that made sense, I don't know. Just say that one of my Star Wars fanfics had a leading lady who was a singer too, and this was before I ever discovered Gundam and Macross. That's a pretty good idea, because I don't think in Star Wars they ever... I don't think in Star Wars there's ever a character that is somehow part of the zeitgeist of the culture, right? You don't really see that a lot. The closest I think you get to that is in Episode 2, when Obi-Wan and Anakin are looking for the assassin, and they go to the bar or the club. They tell the guy not to do drugs. I think it's like the closest we got to that, right? I could be missing something. I guess seeing the aliens play the band when they're at the bar in A New Hope. Whoa, hold on. Neon Wave is saying, same with Richie from Poison. Yes, the former lead singer of Poison made an entire album of covers of Gundam songs. I didn't know he was an otaku. Okay. What? I'm going to look this up real quick. Poison lead singer Gundam covers. Richie Kotzen, former guitarist for Mr. Big and his band X2 with Cyndi Lauper, who is in Double Zeta. We'll be covering some Gundam songs this coming March. Wait. Wow. I like how I was just researching this online. It was in a forum, and the first comment was, "What the fuck?" Because yeah, like, what the... huh? Okay, and it also has Gact, which I heard was a huge singer. I think it was the last podcast I did. A huge singer that did the Zeta Gundam. I Senshi. But is that it? It just seems to be one song, unless there's more. During the year 2006, Gotzen produced and released 2 solo studio albums. First, I Senshi ZXR, an album on which he played several English sung rock covers of theme songs from the Japanese Gundam anime franchise. And only 9 months later, Into the Black. Okay, but that's not related. So I Senshi ZR. Okay, I just heard my phone vibrate. I was about to say, where was it? Oh, thank you, USS Talos. You have just linked me what I asked for. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, let me look at this real quick. So, studio albums. Interesting. They have it here, but there's no link to it. Hold on. 1, 2. Pardon me. Okay. I'm just fascinated by this. There we go. Track list. Blue Star, Take Flight, Gundam, Soldiers of Sorrow. Wow. Came out in 2006. Very interesting. Okay, thanks, guys. I love this. All right, what else is going on? Gintama, or as I call it, the anime version of South Park. Yeah, I keep hearing a lot of good stuff about it. I need to check it out. Neo X, I'll always want a Macross model kit. Is so expensive. Well, actually, I was looking on Amazon. They don't seem to be too expensive. And when I was at Hobbytown, they even have one that you build with a hanger. I think that's pretty cool. It wasn't that big. Wait a minute. There's an acoustic album with Marty Friedman. Is this the Marty Friedman? I think it is, yes. But it's acoustic? I might still have to check that out, but I know he's a big Japanese guy. Like, he went to Japan. Wow, he has, Gundam Unplugged. Wow. Okay, I have that in my little list here of things I'm going to look at later. Let's see. Neon Wave Lin Minmay may not have been sexualized, but that didn't stop the internet. Oh, of course. As for later Macro Singers, fan service was inevitable. As for Lacus and Seed, the most we got was a brief panty shot. Oh, don't remember that. Unless, yeah, it's later on. The only time they had a singer in Star Wars was Nice Noodles in The Return of the Jedi. And wasn't that even, and I'm trying to think, was that only in the special edition? Like, it wasn't even in the original, but good call on that, because that is actually what I was thinking of. Like, kind of showing the art, the culture within another series. And I guess, yeah, Star Wars did do that, yeah. Yosis Talos, the Side Stories game is great. You can See the influence from the Extreme Versus series, and a lot was taken into consideration from GBO, so imagine an early mix of the two. That's a good way to explain it, because, or describe it. Because, like, at first when you play side stories, it seems too simple, but then once you get to the later levels, especially ones that are harder, it's like, it's a lot more, like, happen to be very fast. It's just that targeting system. If they just changed the targeting system, that would have been much better. And what I mean by that is making it where it doesn't automatically target and then you can select your targets. What it does is it just automatically has you on a target all the time. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, Neonwave. Gact is a huge singer in Japan. He's also a huge Gundam fan. He voiced the Extreme Gundam in the Extreme Versus games. Wow, interesting. Gact did the theme for the Zeta compilation films. Huh. So I don't know anything about Gact other than I heard, I guess on the stream the other day, that's the name of the singer or the composer of that, the Zeta song, but I'll have to check him out now. And then Yosis tell us, check your messages. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for posting that. Did Cy Snoodles sing in the original? That's the one thing I don't. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's just coming back to me because I haven't watched the original Return of the Jedi in so long. Yeah, that's right. There was singing in the originals. I think that original song's better. It sounds more alien and sci-fi. The new one sounds almost like a Disney song. That's weird. Oh, yeah, the special edition version was CGI. The original was an animatronic puppet. Yeah, also the music was different. Yeah, thank you. NeoX Macross 7 is all about the music. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Randall Morrison, I'm always on the hunt for more lore in the UC timeline. Well, in the Discord, check out the lore channel and even post questions in there because that's a way for me to like learn more, but also then come up with good ideas for videos and maybe even research. Like I'd love the idea of like if you guys have questions about stuff in UC, post like, does anyone know why this is this way, that is that way? And sometimes people are answer, but I would even research if people don't know. Oh, yeah, Yosis tells us bringing up the 0081 game. That is a good game. It is harder, but I think it is a better representation of like a Gundam action game. Like, in terms of you controlling the Gundam, whereas in side stories, it's more cinematic. I feel like you feel the experience of being in a battle, whereas 0081 makes it feel like you're controlling a Gundam. Okay, we have to quote Talitha Testarossa from Full Metal Panic. Otaku really are everywhere, aren't they? Okay, Full Metal Panic. I watched something the other day, and I think I'm getting... No, it wasn't that. I can already tell. There was no anime girl. I watched two things recently. Appleseed and some... metal, was it Full Metal something or metal, I don't know, but they almost had like similar stories and I was like, this is very similar. I don't remember anything. Let's see. Barry B wanted to have a drink, chill and work on Gunpla, but here we are loading him down with homework. No, this is exactly what I like. I like finding new little things about Gundam. Lucas Garrett Gact also did a song for the Fist of the North Star animated movie in the 2000s, been a fan of his since. Okay, so there's an animated movie of Fist of the North Star from the 2000s because I saw the original. I didn't know there was a newer one. And that's funny. Fist of the North Star was probably the first anime, other than like maybe what a Japanese company made in the 80s that was released in Western TV. But in terms of knowingly watching a Japanese anime, I was in middle school at a friend's house. We watched Fist of the North Star and Ninja Scroll. Liked them both, but then anything else that was anime at that time was like not interesting. So John Williams' son also wrote an English version of the original song Lapti Neck. Now, Lapti Neck. Okay, it's all coming back to me. I know that. I know that one. And the English version, I remember researching that, and I've listened to that many times. It's actually a pretty good song. Or it's because I liked Star Wars, I don't know. Brian's in Chile. I'm currently building the RX-79 BD3 Blue Destiny Unit 3. Excellent. That is a good one. And that's one of my... That was the first one I built, and it wasn't too long ago that I, like, did everything to it. And it was a high grade. I think I even have a video on it, if I'm not mistaken. Uses Talos, I'll give you some homework for lore. Did you ever look into the origins of Examine Hades? If not, do so. If yes, look into the details from side stories for more. Okay, I know some details, but nothing seemed interesting, so maybe I need to look in deeper to see what's going on. Randall Morrison, I've been slacking on joining the Discord. I don't know anyone in my town who loves Gunpla. I met a few dudes at my local hobby tabletop shop, but I'm 35 and it's hard to make new friends. Hey, I'm in my late 30s too, and so I get it, man. Metal Skin Panic Maddox enthusiast, that was it. I remember, because wasn't that on the box? Like the dude... Yeah, okay, that is different than Appleseed, because the dude finds that box, he gets into the metal suit. I gotta say, Appleseed and Metal Skin Panic Maddox are very interesting anime movies, and they remind me of a lot of these 80s anime movies where they seem like they would be just an episode of TV, because it's very tight, and the plot doesn't waste its time, and I appreciate that with those movies. Which Appleseed, the 80s or 2000s? The 80s. 80s version. Randall Morrison starting in April. Oh, and then there's the other one I just watched where I forget the name. It's at the tip of my tongue. Where there's that plane crash, helicopter crash. There was this android in there that was like supposed to kill the scientist's daughter. And then you had this like journalist reporter lady who was like a badass, like trying to get to the bottom of it, but like keeping the daughter safe. Like that would be a great live action movie. Oh wait, is that Terminator? Maybe. Okay, yes. Okay, Randall. Starting in April, though, the owner of said local shop said I can host once a month Gunpla meetup, so hopefully I can foster a community here. I used to book shows in my old town, so I'm itching for it. Oh, that's cool. You used to book shows. So, like, concerts? Or, like, shows like bands? Or Barry B. Appleseed is Greer. The Alpha movie is good, too. The early 2000 movie is okay. The sequel, not as good, in my opinion. The Appleseed XII series was okay, too. Yeah, I'll have to eventually get to everything. I did enjoy Appleseed more than I thought, the original one. Lucas Garrett. A great anime series, Full Metal Panic, and I own all of the Appleseed anime movies. I am a fan of Appleseed Ex Machina, produced by legendary filmmaker John Woo. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to have to check out. John Woo Appleseed? Dang. Let me look it up. Wow, I am totally gonna look this up or watch it. I'm looking it up right now. Wow, yeah, I'm a big John Woo fan. And wasn't it Sam Raimi that helped John Woo break out in the West with Hard Target and Jean-Claude Van Damme? Neo X saying BD3 was the second Gunpla. That's a good second one. You got it as a Christmas present. That's nice. He was to tell us Examine Hades were the origin for things like Psychoframe and Biosensor. They were the first step to creating cyber new types. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that because that is... I'm very interested in that because it's like when it came to cyber new types, that idea of, do you genetically engineer someone? Do you create a device that then they interface with, and then it's like the chicken and the egg. What came first? And I'm gonna definitely do research into that, because I'm really looking into that, and then how that evolved the systems, because you hear about all these different systems that are used for manipulating brain waves into psycho waves, etc. But I've never really looked at the through line. Like, what is the technological evolution of that? So, fun fact: the creator of the original Appleseed is the same guy behind Ghost in the Shell. Okay, that's cool. What else has he done? Because I want to say there was some. Oh yeah, Neon Wave, Black Magic, M66. That's it exactly. Ooh, Randall Moore, some punk metal hardcore shows, and would host a city pop night every other month at the Bartender At. Wow, that's pretty cool. Very funny, because, like, yeah, I listen to a lot of punk and metal. Not that I listen to a lot of city pop, but sometimes that's a good palate cleanser. Jedi say that the hobby town closest to me has a weekly build meetup every Sunday. Unfortunately, it's a 3-hour drive. I've been thinking of starting one up closer to home if there isn't one already. Yeah, you need to do that. I think that would be good, because there'll probably be people in your area that have no idea about how cool Gunpla is. Barry BB, Appleseed, and Ghost in the Shell are kind of the same universe. Oh, but implied connection like Alien and Blade Runner. Oh, I love that stuff. I like that stuff. You know what? I'm curious what you guys think, because I even liked... Oh, you got to go see a NeoX. I even liked the Ghost in the Shell live-action movie. I watched that first, then I saw the anime, and I thought they were very similar. I actually liked how similar they were. Although I will admit, the ending of the movie, I don't know if it made me cry or I was really sad. There's just that point where Scarlett Johansson's character and the main bad guy, who ends up not really being a bad guy, it's like everything they went through, like, in their life, it got taken away, you know, and then they, like, realize, I don't know. I thought that was a really good story. Masamune Shiro is a OG cyberpunk manga creator. Love his art and stories. The Hazel 2. This is the... Maybe it is called the Hazel 2 or Advanced Hazel. Maybe the Advanced Hazel. Yeah, and it's... I just needed to panel line it. I had this top coated with a gloss coat like a year ago. No, I think it was like maybe last August. And it turned out really well. I think it was the Mr. Hobby top coat. And I mean, you can even see when it shines, like, it looks good, but it could have been better. There's just a little bit of texture. But, I mean, really, no one would really notice. Although, I was watching a video where what people do is they'll top coat like crazy, then sand that, and then polish it. That sounds like a lot of work. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. This was fun. I was actually more fun talking with you guys than it was actually working on this, to be honest. So, that was pretty cool. So, yeah, this weekend, hopefully we'll be recording the G-Watch, and then I'm going to be, working on some videos. While I have some in the making already, some of the stuff that came out of this chat makes me want to make some other videos, so we'll see. Let's see. Lucas Garrett, Shiro Masamune has done Ghost in the Shell, Appleseed, Dominion Tank Police, and Black Magic. Okay, so that's why those are similar. I need to see Dominion Tank Police then. So that's cool, because Appleseed, Ghost in the Shell, Black Magic, I thought were good. So Dominion Tank Police must be good. It's the Advanced Hazel. Hazel 2 like the sub-arm, skirt armor, the Advanced... Thanks, USS Alice. Appleseed, Black Magic, and Dominion Tank Police nowadays, unfortunately, all he draws is pornography. Oh, such a waste of talent. Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, guys, Randall, this was fun. Had a lot of fun. I'm going to head out now, but, yeah, we will talk later. Join the Discord if you haven't. It'd be good to